Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on Space Engineers. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the XEBON Remastered by Omega, who's very kindly offered to join us to take us through this enormous ship. So hello Omega.
Hello. How
You
you all
may,
doing?
you may know Omega, we've done a few videos together. So this was part of the challenge that Zockley issued, where the contestants had to sort of do a remastered build of the XEBON battlecruiser, which has made an appearance in a couple of trailers, I think.
Yeah.
So they were given a base to work with and basically had to bring it into the modern SE realm. And this is Omega's entry. Obviously, this is quite the spectacle here. So Omega's going to be joining us, taking us through the ship. So first off, is there anything you'd like to mention with regards to building this? So how long it took, the process. Did you build it from scratch or did you paste in the OG and then just touch it up? So take us through that.
Yeah. So it wasn't from scratch. It was I had two XEBONs, one which was the original and I kept the original, and this one which I just sort of gradually, bit by bit, sort of redid and sort of smoothed over and sort of made sure the sort of interior and stuff was ripped out and everything was gone in that, so I could rework it with whatever I needed and rework all the conveyor systems and stuff. And then I sort of piece by piece over the days just added the greeble and sort of I think I went from the engine pack all the way to the front. I think that's how I did it. And then I sort of did the interior over a bit.
So you did the interior last?
Yeah, the interior's done last.
And how long did it take you to build this?
I can give you an exact number, but it took a couple of months on and off, I think.
A couple of months on and off, wow. Fantastic. Yeah, so it's an absolutely beautiful ship. So I've only got a vague... I sort of vaguely remember the original, but just looking at it, I like what you've done with the artificial skin sort of thing with a different paint. I think that looks very nice.
So something I really liked about sort of the original base game was it had a sort of digital camouflage over the heavy armor blocks, and you can kind of emulate it with the new woodland camo armor, but I thought for the scale of this ship I really just wanted to make it sort of bigger so it fit the actual size of it and you could actually see it, so that ended up being, well, this now. So and I also had a thing with the black where I wanted to keep the black in, but I also wanted to add the new sort of Warfare 2 greys to it, so I sort of lightened the grey up a little bit so it was that same color as like the new big red and big blues, but I also kept the black and used the, I think, is that the corrugated skin, just to make it look a bit fresher and a bit newer. So that's where my thought process went with the skins and stuff. And I did add the sort of hazard armor stuff, but just a bit of it here and there, just to make it sort of look a bit, because there wasn't a lot of color to it, so I wanted a bit of yellows and blues somewhere. So
yeah, so you've done that with the solar panels there. It works very nicely.
Yeah.
Is this bigger than the original?
It's actually a couple locks shorter than the original, I think, because it's when I was redesigning the engine, I think I had to cut it down a bit to proportion it right, so it's shorter.
Yeah, very nice. Have a look at this engine bay back here. I love what you've done with the ion thrusters. Obviously, this uses DLC.
Yeah. I think it actually uses all of them. I think
that's kind of a nice touch in its own way, isn't it?
Yeah, the ultimate DLC ship.
The ultimate DLC, yeah.
But yeah, I tried to give it these really defined, massive engine bays rather than just a bunch of small ones, because I thought it would suit it better.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Don't want.
Sorry, you go.
I was gonna say, you don't want randomly dotted thrusters on a ship this size.
No. I would prefer to have it so that there were big clumps where you could see those are clearly the spots for the engines, and it just looks more aesthetically pleasing. You also have these sort of reverse ones here, which were a bit of a challenge to sort of figure out where I wanted them to go, but I sort of tucked them away in there and had a few at the front and a few right in the middle. So yeah, there's no actual interior thrust in this one. I think the original one had some interior thrust, maybe, and a mass drive, but I wanted to make it sort of as close to a real working ship as possible. So it's got all external thrust, and I had to replace the light armor with heavy armor for it because it was just, even with the amount of thrust I've added to it, it's got, I think, more than the original, and it was just going so slow. So I just changed it all to light armor, and it's not fast by any means, but it's workable for something this size.
What I want to know is how many gyros have you got on this thing?
You don't want to know. Yeah, you don't.
No, I do want to know. Where's the control panel?
I don't think they're all numbered. If they are,
I just want to see the. I just want to see the list. Yeah, none of them have got numbers. Holy shit, that is a lot of gyroscopes. And what about the armament? So it's obviously different to the original. Is there anything like you had in mind with that, or is that more just dotting a few guns here and there?
So what I had in mind with the weapon system was I wanted the main focus to be the amount of fighters and stuff you could put inside it, even though that's not 100% effective. I want to sort of make that the spotlight, as you'll see with the hangar in a bit, but I still wanted enough to where it was still a workable ship. It wasn't just completely defenseless, and I tried to get a good mix of basically all the guns. There are RTs, assault cannons, missiles, some GATs sprung around, but I did actually change the classification. The original was a battle cruiser, I think.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel the number of guns really warranted that, or it just felt a bit like it should be something different. It was not enough guns, so I changed it to a battle carrier, sort of suit the amount of space it has inside, which I'm sure we'll get to in a second.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's a good idea.
And the amount of craft it can sort of dock to it.
Yeah, battle carrier definitely sounds a bit more realistic for this thing. So, do you want to take us through the interior then? So, wherever you want to enter, and then we'll walk us through, because I imagine there's quite a lot to go through.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. So if you follow me through here, I have some smaller ones jotted around just because you don't want to be using the main hangar. Close that behind. Come in here. This is the primary hangar, I'd say. So
Holy
basically
shit.
It's got all the sort of the main sort of craft, and it's the largest sort of one to store dropships and stuff in. So there's a bit here for dropships. You could probably put them on these pads here, but it's for large fighters. I didn't want to do any of them so that they were too small. I wanted to make sure there was not so many connectors in it that it was sort of only like 3x3 connectors. I wanted to have it so it was less connectors, but you had a lot more space for the fighter. I think it's achieved a good balance. I think there's still about 40 connection points, maybe more. So this is the primary hangar. So it's your sort of fast sort of response hangar, basically. So there's not too many fighters in here, but 8 is still quite a lot, I'd say. Plus,
quick
whatever
launch.
you docked here. If we go down here, this is the sort of drop bay, I'd say. So the original one was inspired by the Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
So it would have these sort of Viper bays, and it had these already in pre-installed. So I kept them, and I added these sort of wings here.
Oh my god, it keeps going.
This is the auxiliary hangar. It's the biggest hangar, and it's basically sort of more of a maintenance area. So
oh my god.
You've got cargo storage in the roof. You've got a hangar door over here that you can open. You've got all these bays over here. So, yeah.
I like how you got the arrows as well, because they are needed.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt they were needed. There are ladders so you can sort of get to other areas. We go back here, so you can get up even if you don't have a jetpack. I wanted that to be a pretty vital part of it. And I think, yeah, over here, you can walk back around, and you can get to this main area here.
I like the little walkways.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it was very accessible to people and they didn't just have to use the jetpack all the way. So from here, we go up here to the main sort of stairwell area. Go in here. Got a proper airlock in here.
No, it ain't.
Fuck, never mind.
There's no vent.
Got an armory. No sussy shit going in here, so let's move on. This is the main stairwell. This was quite a challenge to sort of get properly done. I took inspiration from Venom 415's RCSP Legacy Dreadnought because it was the only thing I could find of this size which really had the same kind of stairwell-esque sort of thing I was looking for. I didn't really want it to be just elevators. I wanted something where it was really marked the actual size of this thing, so yeah, we ended up with a sort of really large stairwell.
Fantastic. Yeah. Right. Well, where do you want to start?
So let's start from the bottom and go to the top, I guess. So this is kind of a overview of there's a drop bay back here.
This is the stern. This is the rear.
Yeah, this is stern. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You can go down here and you get a bit of a better view than just if you're up there. So you can properly view any craft that's docked here. I think I had a gunboat at one point which was going to be docked here, but I kind of ran out of time for the challenge. But it was going to be something about the size of your Morgan down here.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that was the idea of this thing. You could probably dock something a bit larger, but I felt that worked pretty well as sort of reconnaissance vessel for it.
Okay, yeah.
So we continue this way.
Yep.
Down here is kind of just a general space. Not every room has to do anything, but I'd say it's just like a little computer room, I guess, and an open space for anything you want to add in. We go down here, I believe it should be the overview for the drop bays.
Go down here. Where'd you go?
Yeah. Here.
Oh, there we go. Right, yeah.
This is gonna happen quite a bit. So you got the overview, you can watch the fighters coming past and stuff. And you can actually come out onto the launch tubes.
Oh yes. Okay. So there's another entrance here. Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Come down this way.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Where'd you go?
I'm still out here.
Yep. Right. Coming out.
Come out this way. I mean, we've been in here before, but there's actually a flight control module in here.
Oh, okay.
So basically a second bridge.
Okay, and this is at the bow. Towards the bow.
This is facing the bow.
Facing the bow, yeah.
Yeah. If you looked outside in Spectator and looked sort of under the ship, you'd see a sort of big glass area. This is it. It's flight control area, basically. You can open the doors to all the hangars, you can get fighters out and direct them. That's basically the whole purpose of this area. And yeah, have a nice big overview of basically the battle in front of you. It's a lot bigger than, I'd say, the bridge and the CIC are in terms of how much you can view.
Nice protected as well under the ship.
Yeah.
Fantastic, right.
So if we go back the way towards the stairwell, we'll sort of work our way up.
Okay.
So this goes to the drop bay. It's not really, you saw it in the overview, it's just sort of,
okay.
I guess you could have more fighters and stuff here, but it's got bits here where you can sort of walk out into the ship.
Yeah.
And that just goes all the way there. It's nothing too special, it's just, again, more sort of engineer access.
Oh. Just looking at the thruster pack from here, it's just, I don't know, just something about these walkways. I do like a walkway. It just reminds me of the back of the, the Keen 1.
Yes, it's meant to mimic that actually, because there was a lot of space on when I was working on the back of this. There was a lot of space, and I was just like, oh, what am I going to do with this? And I just really wanted to emphasize that this is meant to be sort of part of that collection. So I thought the best way to do that would be to add another drop hanger. And you know me, I love drop hangers.
Love the drop hanger, yep.
Don't have any on my ships, but I love them. So if we go back up the way, so.
Yep. Back up here.
This is another hangar overview point.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You can just kind of view that.
Yeah.
Follow me. The hydrogen control room, so to speak. Because it's ion, there doesn't need to be an awful lot in terms of tanks and stuff. But there are 4 or so on the ship and quite a few sort of just.
Well, I imagine you'll have to refuel some fighters and things. So.
Yeah, You would, but in the sort of general theme of it, I think I have ion fighters for this. I didn't add any with it,
Ah,
but
okay.
so it's not terrible, but there's still a fair amount of storage, and this is just the visual component of it. So there's O2H2 down there, sort of nice orangey theme up. And as you go up here, there's yet another overview section in here, like a little office, I guess. Just overviews the hangar.
Fantastic. Love a window.
Yeah. Tried to jot around as many of them as possible because I really wanted to not leave it so closed, I guess, and I wanted to make sure that people could kind of orientate themselves and go, oh, right, okay, I'm next to the hangar, or oh, I'm looking out on the ship, I must be at this part of it, because it's easy to get lost in something this large.
What's this? Is this the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing, same thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, let's carry on.
Yeah, these rooms are symmetrical on each side. I don't think there's any difference.
Did you go up?
Yeah, I went up. Yep. So, let's get to that in a minute. This is sort of the left main corridor. So, it's goes through to the briefing room.
It's nice. Okay, let's have a look.
So it's just your standard briefing room, big. So if you were in a cinematic or something, you could use this as your sort of meeting point for all the members of the crew.
Yeah.
So yeah, simple
Very nice.
enough.
I like it.
We go back the way. This is, remember, symmetrical on both sides, so you get the exact same thing.
Same briefing room on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. This is overview of the same area, I think. Yeah, it's hangar overview.
What's in here? Oh my god.
So
Not of bridges.
Side bridge. Yeah.
This is really indented.
Yeah, this is meant to be a proper battle bridge, basically, right at the sort of edge of it. You can't really be clipped from here. We go through here and go back the way. There's also sort of overview of another area with the sort of engineering med bay. So I didn't want to just have one med bay on the ship. I wanted to make sure that there were sort of areas where the crew could sort of sleep and stuff, no matter where you are on the ship, because it's that big and it just wasn't enough. There's another point back here. It's just like a corner room. Not much really interesting, but another sort of viewpoint. You can watch the fighters going out the back. This is one of the sort of most detailed parts, I'd say. You got in here.
Oh yes.
So that's just what you saw. Timer blocks, cryo, bit of control there, turrets and whatnot. Have one of the 3 grav gens in here.
Oh shit! Yeah, one won't cover it, will it?
No.
How long is this thing?
I couldn't give you a number. Sorry. It's over 100 blocks, I think. This is the sort of my favorite part. It's the reactor room. So you've got this really long area here because the nacelles at the back, they were really tall, and I didn't really know how to do a reactor room that would sort of just be on one level. So I was like, you know, fuck it, let's go all the way. And so you've got these massive reactors here. If you enter the control panel, I believe there's controls that allow you to sort of connect the cores to the reactors. So they're not actually all connected to the ships, but you can use the connector to sort of makeshift kind of like fuel rods, basically. So you can sort of, there's a bit of sort of fun stuff you can do with that, and it's not just something to look at. So it actually connects into the
okay.
And as they connect, they're on timer blocks, so the lights will turn on.
Okay. So you can do like a fucking divert power sequence. You have all these like pistons extending and connecting. That is really nice.
So the only way down is this stairwell here. It's, I think, the tallest stairwell we've got.
Let's head on down.
Go all the way down. This doesn't have any levels. It's just you're either at the top or you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
This is actual reactor controls, so you can get in and, you know, get to the reactors and stuff.
Oh, does it actually turn them on when you dock the pistons?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool.
So this is jump drive control. Yeah, this is where we're installing all the gyros.
Another little view. Oh my god, yo! Right, how do we get in there? I need to go see that.
That's down another level. So
Okay, okay.
we just there's a few empty rooms on the ship. I won't lie. It's hard to sort of do every single room on the ship.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
you can't fill every room. This is really cool.
So
I like
we
this.
just jump the deck.
Yeet.
So yeah, it's got that same neon feel of the caution lights and stuff. And then if we go up here, it's basically the jump drive access.
So this thing's got 3 jump, or is it 6? Same on the other side.
I think there's some hidden, maybe. But I think it's 6 in total. Maybe. I don't actually remember. And yeah, some more sort of space, sort of maintain them and do cinematic stuff. Yeah.
This is pressurized, but I can see space from here.
Yes. So the weird thing is the blast doors are pressurized for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not complaining.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the reactor room. We'll just
Holy
jetpack.
shit! I can't believe this is inside a ship.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just,
Okay.
I mean, you wouldn't believe how much, but I mean, obviously you do now, but you wouldn't believe how much space was in this thing.
I can't imagine what it looked like when it was empty.
Yeah.
Right, where are we going now?
Let's go back the way. So, exactly back the way we came. This was going to be like a mess hall kind of thing, but I couldn't really naturally float in, so I just made it a corridor. Because it feels weird having a mess hall between the reactor and like the stairwell. It just didn't quite fit.
Yeah, no, totally appreciate that.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
That's
okay,
just the
we'll get to
overview
that.
section. We can. It's not that important. So this is kind of the top of the ship, so to speak.
All right.
And if we go through here, this is basically another corridor that goes to the front of the ship towards the CICs and stuff. But down here goes to the med bay.
Oh fucking hell!
So you've
Nice.
got all that
Viewports.
there. Yep, viewports, and you got a sort of kitchen, shitters, beds.
Little viewing
And-
area.
Yeah. Whole
Sleeping
thing.
area. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And if we actually go back the way, it's
Yeah.
not actually symmetrical for this bit.
Okay.
So if we go down this
Oh,
one,
windows. Armory.
this is
Ah.
So you got a
Ah.
big here, cargo containers. Yeah, I really want to add this. So
You know you've
Got
got a
whole
big
thing.
ship when you've got a shooting range in the ship.
yeah, if you ever get bored, you can shoot them instead of shooting the blue or the red team. So you got this whole thing here. Basically
Amazing.
every single armory block. And cargo, I guess, if you just wanted to access the cargo areas and get something else.
Yeah, it's always good to have a little bit of cargo access to stop you running like 3 miles to the nearest cargo access port.
Yeah. So if we go this way, yeah.
Okay.
So
Interior
this
turrets.
is going towards the front of the ship. If we go in here, this is the CIC overview.
Oh my fucking god.
So,
You've got an overview of the CIC overview area.
Yep. So this is the main CIC you can see down there. This goes back the way. This is just if you went straight ahead down there. So
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I get you.
yep. So if we head into the CIC.
Okay.
So I wanted to make it very naval looking. I wanted to have this sort of big platform in the middle with the lights that kind of hang down on it. I wanted to have a sort of, I don't know what the exact word for these is, but like these sort of covered sort of areas which are sort of underneath where you walk over and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's the third grav gen in here. And all these kind of things here, which is meant to be like a star map basically. I think, yeah. That goes forward into the bridge, which we'll get to in a bit.
Alright.
If we actually go back the way, this is the hangar overview. We've got a lot of overviews on this ship.
A lot of overviews. Yeah, I remember seeing this in the hangar area.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's the exact same, and that goes back to the main stairwell. That's the bit we skipped. So yeah, you can overview that, and you can actually go down this part here. You can kind of just get to the hangar from here.
This reminds me of those No Man's Sky freighters. You know,
Yes.
Like the walkways.
Yeah, so that's a fun sort of trivia about this ship. Originally, I was going to build a proper big No Man's Sky hangar for this thing, but I didn't feel it really... I actually had it built and everything. One of my versions probably has it. But I just didn't feel like it really worked with it. There just wasn't a lot of open space for it. One of the changes I actually made for it were the side hangar bits. They didn't actually used to be there, so down in the middle of the ship in the hangar below us, those side hangars were just where guns used to be. They didn't have anything in particular.
Right, okay, those like drop bays.
No, not the drop bays. Like if you come through to me, these hangars here physically.
Ah, right, right, okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I get you. Right, where are we going next?
So we're just going to the bridge. That's the last room in here.
Go look at this. Oh my god.
So it's also meant to sort of emulate the big red look. It had this sort of big stairwell up to the ships, so I just made a bigger one.
Jesus Christ, the amount of verticality in this ship is mad.
Yeah.
The amount of staircases and stuff.
I mean, I'd rather that and have these big grandiose rooms that really show off the size than have hundreds of tiny rooms where you get lost in every single one.
Yeah, no,
just
it's definitely... It's like something you've got to do differently with a ship of this scale.
Yeah. So this seat is the main control seat, I think. Yeah.
That's what this looks like.
So you can actually...
I can't even, like... If I scroll all the way out, I can't get, like, far enough off the stern to see the whole ship.
Yeah, the entire... I think the best spot to do is the flight control deck, because you can kind of see it from there. But even then, it's just so big.
Jesus Christ. Right, okay.
If we go back, I lied. If you're up this way, I lied. There's
more
rooms that I forgot about. It's really just a hallway.
Okay.
And it's an airlock out to... Is it an airlock? Fuck,
storage area?
Airlock. We airlock now. And then you can get out onto the guns and stuff, so...
Ah, okay. So this is another entrance as well. And you can get straight to the bridge from here too, so if you're in like a tricky spot.
Exactly. So, there are a few more that I'd forgotten about, my bad. But I missed out a couple of them. If we go down the way, it's just one more section, I promise.
I'm enjoying it.
This way?
Where are we going? Right, okay, cool.
So there's a stairwell that I completely forgot about.
Hell. Yep.
So we go in here. I don't think this room is for anything. I think it's yet another overview. You got the prison cells in here. Oh, nice. You got a brig. Yeah. This down here. Yeah. If we go down here, this is like a maintenance closet overview. And this is the main a maintenance closet overview. Yeah, so you can look at the fucking workers. You can look below. At the closet. Right, okay. Oh, cargo bay. I do like a cargo bay. If you open this up, this is the actual front of the ship. Okay. So, yeah, you can launch cargo ships, maybe. Yeah, yeah. So this is important. Response. Cargo bays are actually important. Yeah, you can get miners and stuff in and out. So there's a holding cells in here. So you got all your important stuff for your prisoners. We only take 2. One luxury ass holding cell. I know. It's like those Swiss ones. And then there's an assembly room. I'm just having a look at the storage room. Hang on. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, come in. The storage room's the same on this part. So I like it. It's just pipes and stuff. Very nice. Very nice. And then the final room, promise, is the assembly room, which literally just is what it says. Assembles stuff.
Got some
So,
assemblers.
yeah.
Nice.
So I think that's about it for the interior tour.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's everything. 100% unequivocally, this goes to the primary hangar. If you want to have a bit of a blast with this ship, the best place to do it is the flight
Oh yeah,
control room.
let's give it a blast. Where are we going?
So
Yeah, you have to do my Google Maps.
yeah, I'll get the sat nav out. So go for this yellow one here, and I believe you should be good. I think it looks a bit there.
Is it set to a ship?
It's set to ship.
It is.
Yeah.
Right, I still can't scroll out. Let's give this thing a whirl. It actually turns better than I thought it would, to be fair.
Yeah,
right.
So
let's hit the gas. Hey, yo, that's not bad.
It's not the fastest, but it's good enough for something this size, and I'm pretty proud of the reverse thrust, because I think we got the same amount forward and back. So I think place where it's weakest might be up and down, but that doesn't really matter because it's for space only anyway. So
yeah, I mean, I can't imagine this thing's going to be doing like rapid maneuvers, especially when you've got fighters to launch and everything. You need to be quite stable, don't you?
Yeah, and I think if you have scripts enabled, the rocket launchers are set to salvo mode.
Let me just allow shooting real quick. Right, let's give this a whirl. Oh yes. I mean, you have a hard time getting on target. I imagine they're more like an opening barrage.
Yeah, it's more like a base cracker kind of thing, or
yeah,
or at least sort of fear tactics. Because if you see that coming, I'd imagine you'd kind of be a bit concerned.
Yeah, I would be a bit concerned, to be honest, if 40 fighters were about to swarm me, and this thing was approaching. I would need some new undies.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Look at this. Fantastic.
So yeah, that's about it for the XEBON, to be honest. I had a lot of fun building this, and it was really fun sort of making a version that was really complete, because this has actually been one of my favorite ships for a long time now, and I've always wanted a blueprint of this ship, and to not only get a blueprint of this ship, but also get the chance to rebuild the ship is just amazing to me. So
yeah, well, you've done a fantastic job. If I can just manage to get out, let me just open one of these doors real quick. Go have a final little peek at the outside. Yeah, so if you guys want to check this ship out, it will be in the comment section. I believe it was posted a couple months ago, right?
Yes, I believe it was.
Yeah, so if you want to check it out, it will be in the comment section. Go and give a like and a favourite. Go give Omega some love, because obviously worked very hard on this thing. Absolutely enormous. I cannot even fathom taking on a project this large. I would just not be able to finish it. But the fact that you've finished it, and to such a high standard, is absolutely incredible.
Thanks.
So yeah, thanks for coming on the channel. Thanks for talking us through.
No problem.
Let's get some love in the comments for Omega. So let's get Amigas in the comments if you're still watching.
Yeah.
So MEGUS. Go and show some love to this beautiful creation on the workshop. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to Omega for joining me. If you want to say some final words.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, thanks guys.
Alright, please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, take care, everybody.